Okay, I made a mistake. I have a communication. And so, let me just I did attend the budget collaborative meeting. And I also have met with the superintendent, but I did have a statement that I wanted to give tonight. I prepared it because I didn't want to forget something. Can you hear me? So let me take them. All right. Just for this. Right. During my 5 years here as a trustee, one of the most pressing challenges we faced has been managing the district's budget. I vividly recall a pre-pandemic meeting at Sunset Ridge School where parents and teachers packed the room similar to tonight to voice their frustration about teacher pay. At that time, as a new trustee, I chose not to vote in favor of self-certifying our budget as qualified. Even then, it was clear to me that our district was heading towards financial trouble and tough decisions would inevitably need to be made. When the pandemic struck, we received one-time emergency funds from the state of California and the federal government. While these funds were critical in addressing immediate needs, they were never a long-term solution. Once those funds dried up, our budget crisis reemerged, leaving us to confront the deficit head on. Around that time, our previous superintendent retired, leaving us in a precarious position. As a board, we embarked on a search for a new superintendent who could navigate the immense financial challenges ahead. We found that leader, someone deeply experienced and ready to tackle issues that had long been ignored. Our new superintendent, Dr. Williams, quickly uncovered problems that had been swept under the rug by previous leadership. Despite inheriting these challenges, she worked tirelessly to secure more funding for the district, including helping us pass both a bond and a parcel tax, as well as securing several grants. She also established a budget collaborative as directed by the board, composed of community members, parents, teachers, and administrators from every school to analyze our financial situation and propose actionable solutions. The budget collaborative had the task of reporting back to their respective sites. Additionally, the collaborative's recommendations, including tough but necessary budget cuts, were adopted by the board last year. At that time, it was made clear that while small cuts were implemented initially, deeper cuts would be required in the following year due to declining enrollment and reduced funding. Even the union representatives supported the budget collaborative's recommendations. And tonight I want to read to you an email from the LSCA president that I received on January 9th. Dear Trustee Doggett, for the past 2 days, LSCA and CSEA leaders have been working collaboratively with Superintendent Williams, cabinet, site administrators for the work study session on Saturday. We have appreciated this dialogue and partnership and look forward to being part of the unified presentation on Saturday morning. During this time, we have come to the conclusion that time is of the essence. We cannot wait any longer to make fundamental changes to support our students that are impacted by the district's budget. Given all available ideas, you will hear the best option for our district moving forward that was created in partnership. The recommendation you will receive on Saturday meets the goals of enhancing student programs, providing future compensation to labor partners, and eliminating deficit spending by the district. These were the goals outlined by the Deputy Superintendent of Finance for San Mateo County. Our collaborative group has used his recommendations as our framework as we look at the path forward for a reconfiguration that supports stability and growth. We know that these decisions will have an incredible impact now and in the future, but we do believe it is what is best for our Pacifica School District community. Now, despite numerous opportunities for community engagement and budget presentations, attendance at these sessions have been consistently sparse. Many who are now vocal did not take the time to understand the district's financial realities over the years. This lack of participation has contributed to the recent spread of misinformation and misplaced outrage. Over the past week and a half, I have been utterly disgusted by the behavior displayed by some members of our community. Instead of approaching the challenges we face with collaboration and understanding, many have chosen to prioritize their own interest, blatantly disregarding the needs of all of our children in the district. Worse, some have resorted to spreading outright lies and engaging in divisive and angry campaigns and stooping to the use of racial stereotypes to attack our superintendent. Let me be clear, this behavior is vile and unacceptable. The baseless accusations claiming our superintendent is stealing public funds are nothing more than harmful, unfounded slander. I have read appalling social media posts and emails, and I witnessed the Ocean Shore meeting last week where a parent disgustingly mocked our superintendent using racial stereotypes. What's even more disheartening is that this came from an Asian woman who should understand better than most the harm and danger of perpetuating racial stereotypes. To see such disgraceful behavior directed at someone doing their best to lead our district through difficult times is beyond disappointing. It's shameful. These actions have put our superintendent in an unsafe and hostile environment, all because certain individuals have chosen to spread misinformation and foster division and rather than engage in meaningful dialogue. This community, which should be united for the sake of our children, has instead shown its worst side. The example you are setting for our kids of selfishness, anger, and outright disrespect is appalling. I am angry, and I have every single right to be. This kind of behavior has no place in our community, and I will not stand silently by while lies and hateful rhetoric are used to tear us apart. It is time for us to be better, not just for ourselves, but for the children who are watching and learning from our actions. As leaders, it is our responsibility to make decisions that serve the greater good for all students. While these circumstances are undoubtedly challenging, this should be a time for unity, respect, and constructive dialogue, not division and hostility. This moment was an opportunity for Ocean Shore and Sunset Ridge School, as well as 6th through 8th grades from Ocean Shore and Valimar and IBL to come together, collaborate, and find ways to improve our school for the benefit of all. Instead, what has unfolded was a deliberate and damaging campaign to misrepresent the district's intentions and smear the superintendent with false claims about closing Ocean Shore School and eliminating its unique programs. Let me be clear, a school is not defined by the building it occupies. A school is its people, the students, faculty, parents, and community members who bring it to life. The physical space is secondary. Even if a disaster forced a building to close, the school itself would persist as long as the people and their shared mission remain. This is the very principle the Budget Collaborative worked to uphold with its plan, a plan intended to ensure the sustainability and success of all schools in our district. Instead of recognizing this effort, many of you chose to sow fear and confusion among the children of Ocean Shore, telling them their school was closing. This not only spread unnecessary panic, but also robbed your children of an important lesson: how to come together, collaborate, and work for the collective good. This divisive behavior was a missed opportunity to show your children that challenges can be addressed constructively and with compassion. It is time to rise above the false narratives and fear-mongering. Our community's strength lies in its ability to come together, not tear each other apart. Let us refocus on what truly matters: supporting every child in the Pacifica School District and ensuring their success.
We're going to go on to action